Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, pretty exciting stuff. I've got some stuff in the mail from overseas for the Kawasaki Z125 Pro. I'll flick the camera around real quick and show you what we've got, alright? Okay, so today, for the good old Kawasaki Z125 Pro, Z125 Pro, however you want to pronounce it, I have scored some new flush mount indicators for the front, and I'll give you a reason why I bought those. And also it's got the adapter kit that hooks into the stock wiring harness. Happy days. But the reason why I bought those ones, I'll just put them aside there, is I'm changing the handlebars over. Currently I've got the Area 22 handlebars, which have been really good, but time for something different now. I thought I'd try and make it a little more racy with, show you here guys, set of clip-on handlebars. So yeah, pretty excited about this one. So that's the main brace that sits, geez, these two guys are just getting in the bloody way. This one sits over like so, with adapter plates and all that sort of stuff, I'm led to believe. Hopefully so that's the case. And then on these handlebars here, we've got these brackets which screw onto there, and then the handlebar, this is really good fun doing it with one hand. These handlebars then go into here and screw down. So they sit like, pretty much like so. So as you can see, changes the whole perspective of where the handlebars are and the riding position of the bike. So I thought, yeah, why not? I'll get a crack on with this today. And gets the riding position further down on the bike, because these handlebars, naturally enough, they tilt upwards. Been really good, these Area 22s, never had an issue with them or anything like that. So it's just purely just for a different type of riding position on the bike. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to get these installed. So we'll get cracking with it now. So the basic steps, from what I can see, I'll need to take off the hand grips on either side. I've already made a start with it just to see how easy it was to get these original hand grips off. Not too bad. Disassemble the switch gear for it, loosen off this bolt here, and I'm thinking that bolt there too for the clamp for the clutch lever assembly and the side view mirror. And then I've got two little bolts just here as well to remove the brake lever and master cylinder and side view mirror there as well. For the indicators, I'll come around this way. I believe that little Allen key bolt there, I don't know if you guys can see that, I'll try and get in there with the camera if I can. That one in there, and there's also one on the other side. Let's flick it around. There's another one just down inside there. I undo those two, and apparently this whole front assembly just tilts forward on a bit of a hinge type thing down at the bottom of the headlight assembly here. And then I can disassemble the indicator stalks here, unplug the wires, plug the new ones in, and bolt them back up again with the new smoked LEDs. So I think I'll start with the grips first. I'll disassemble all of this stuff first, loosen this off with some Allen bolts here, get the bottom bracket out, all that sort of stuff, and get them out, and we'll get cracking with that. Tell you what, sometimes I'm absolutely dopey because as I was taking off the left hand side grip, which I've got removed here, started working on the right hand side grip, thinking, yeah, no, I need to take that off, you know, because, you know, changing the handlebars and all that sort of stuff. Man, I'll tell you what, the old donkey kicked in. This is actually on a throttle tube, isn't it? Just like that. So the grip doesn't need to come off. I've got some new grips on order. That's probably why I'm thinking, nah, I need to take the grip off and, you know, put the new grips on. But the new grips haven't even arrived yet. So yep, brain snap there. We'll just get cracking on with it now. Okay, well that was pretty straightforward. Turn the camera around here, old handlebars on the ground. Took off the brackets, the offset plates for the Area 22 ones. They sat there, so as you can see they got a point in there. They're not needed anymore, so I took them off, and I'll have a look at the new plate, make sure everything lines up. Let's have a look. Hi Sesame. And the holes line up beautifully. Excellent. You can see here, just by the simple little mock-up that I'm doing here at the moment, the indicators are going to be in the way of the handlebars and the brake lever, I think. So from what I read online, that's why these indicators have to be replaced with like flush mount or flat mount indicators. So that's why I bought those ones. They were pretty cheap online too, so it was all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some hardware and bolt this plate, steering plate, onto the triple clamp, and we'll start assembling some bits and pieces on it, and hopefully we'll get there. Cool. Okay, so that's the triple clamp assembly done. Used a little bit of Loctite on the bolts that clamp this down to the top triple clamp. The next part is to fit the handlebar adapters to the bike, so I'm going to screw those ones on now. Okay, so originally I tightened these ones up here, these two screws that hold this bracket on for the handlebars. I've loosened them off again because there's another screw that's got to go just inside there to clamp the handlebar down when it comes in. So I'm just going to sneak it through the camera angle here, and if I just move the camera a little bit, like so, the handlebar comes up through there, and then that bolt clamps down there, but that bolt also goes through into this triple clamp. So if I tighten these ones, there's a good chance that that bolt is not lining up properly, so I need to put that bolt down first, tighten that down, and then tighten those ones down. So I'll re-Loctite those ones and Loctite this one as well. But so far so good. We'll get cracking. I think I'll put the switch gear on, see where it is, because I need to drill a hole for the locating lug on the switch gear here to go onto the handlebar, so which is a little bit of mucking around, but it's not too bad at all. So we'll get cracking with that now. So that little locating lug that I have to drill a hole in the handlebar for is this little lug right here. I'll turn it this way, and that little lug there stops the switch gear from rolling around on the handlebar. So if I set it like that, you can see, well, if I pull that handlebar out, put it up to the camera, you see that it doesn't want to sit in there. I'll get my fat thumbs out of the way, that'd be good, Mags. Just like that. So I have to mark that spot where I want the switch gear, drill a hole, and then that one will sit in there, and that'll dictate my handlebar. So, but at least I can roll the handlebar around to move the switch gear where I need it to be exactly. The most important part is where in relation to the handlebar itself, where the switch gear is going to sit. So a little bit of measuring, but yeah, we'll get there. So just as I was trying to see if, how I was going to test fit it, the indicators are so in the way, it's out of this world. So I think I need to pop this little front fairing off, get rid of these indicators completely, and then I can get back to measuring up where I need to drill that hole in the handlebar for the locating pin on the switchgear. So we'll get cracking with that. Okay, so that's the headlight and front fairing assembly out of the way. Indicator's gone, unclipped. Yeah, good to go with the handlebars now. And that's the hole drilled out there for the locating pin. And see, we'll do a little test fit and see how it all comes out. Okay, so there's the mock-up of the first handlebar. I'll just move the camera a little bit here so you can see. A little bit of mucking around. I had to tighten this one down. I still got to put Loctite on this locating one here. Also had to relocate the brake line off camera to get it up and over, because otherwise it would interfere with the proposed indicator that's going in there as well. Could still be a bit of an issue, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, a little bit of mucking around, because you need, like, I don't know, 4 pairs of hands or some sort of bloody technique, I don't know. But we got the switchgear installed. The throttle is all fine, but because I've loosened this this brake banjo bolt here, naturally enough there's a little bit of air in the system. I have got some brake there, but it's definitely not feeling like it usually does. There's a very nice easy light pull on it. It feels really spongy at the moment, so it's definitely got air in the line there, so I've got to bleed the brakes on that. But other than that, pretty happy with it. The throttle cable routed around and underneath through there, so that's pretty cool. That's no real drama there. The throttle doesn't stick, holds, you know, it turns real easy. So I'm going to make a start on this side here now and get cracking with that. Alright, so there's the handlebars installed, guys. Bit of mucking around, more troll fitting one side and then working out the rest of it on the other side. The other side went a lot quicker once you had your ballpark measurement, so to speak. Pretty easy to install, just a little bit cramped. As I said, I had to move the brake line up so I can get clearance, so I can get these the fairing back in with the indicator in as well. So that's my next job, to get the indicators in, which is just a little job, and then I have to bleed these brakes as well. So I've got some .4 here. I'll bleed them really quick and get them all sorted. But other than that, I think they look pretty sharp. I've got the levers pretty much where I want them. I think I'm about to have a sit on the bike and see what it's like, and yeah, get stuck into these indicators now. So there we go, guys, all done. Fairly straightforward to install, a little bit fiddly with handlebars and everything being loose, and the clamps for the levers and all that sort of stuff, and a bit of mucking around, a little bit of measuring, but nothing untoward really at the end of the day. It's quite simple, straightforward. Just take your time with it at the end of the day if you do decide to do this change. I'll flip the camera around now and we'll have a bit of a sticky beat. Got the indicators in and that, and I had to reroute a few things too, so to make it all work, but we'll have a look at it now, yeah? Alright, and there they are, all installed. Straighten up the handlebars a little bit here. There we go. So all Loctite through here on those ones as well. Got the levers on. Got the switch gear exactly where I wanted it. I've bled the brakes too, which wasn't too bad. I just used the old pump system there, which works quite well. As you can see here, I've had to reroute the clutch cable. I think I'm going to have to get a different clutch cable for it. It works fine, no issue there at all. I'll just move back here a bit so you can see. So there's no problems with it at all, but I just don't like the look of that too much, and it'll end up rubbing on the plastics there a little bit, I think. So I'll either put a bit of rubber around there or I'll change the clutch cable. I'm thinking, I've heard and I've seen on the interweb, they say that a ZX10R clutch cable fits these bikes much better when you change the handlebars over, so I'll have a bit of a sticky beak at that and see what I can do. So I've just routed it to the outside here, because otherwise the fairing for the screen, for the headlight here, wouldn't come back to its locating mount. Other than that, and I just had to move the brake line a little bit over as well, just to lift it up and around from its locating pin underneath there. A little bit of fluid there. I think that's just a bit of overrun from me mucking around with it, but I'll double check that anyways before we take it for a bit of a spin. The indicators, they're inside there. Nice little flush mounts. There they go. And then over on the other side, and even the back ones work at the same time, so that's a bonus as well, so happy days. I think if I do change the rear ones to like these flush mounts as well, I will have to get a relay for them to slow them down, or they won't work properly or something to that effect. But overall, very happy with the result at the end of the day. So all it needs now, I'm not even going to clean my tools up. I want to get my helmet on and take this thing for a spin and see what the new handlebars are like, and I'll throw the camera on the helmet and yeah, we'll give it a crack. Cool.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully the microphone's working. Feels so different. Oh man, this feels really good. Oh wow. Exactly how I wanted the bike. Got that hunched over clip-on feel to it. Oh, this is fantastic. Loving it. This is just amazing. Hopefully you guys can see it on the video. Absolutely love the way the handlebars are. These are magnificent. Oh, this is exactly how I wanted the bike to feel, like almost a bit like cafe racer style feel to it. Oh, this is unreal. So happy with it. Oh, it's exactly how I wanted, with the rear set foot pegs on it and everything. And oh, these handlebars are the duck's guts. so worth the effort. Oh, makes the mic so nimble. Got the right amount of lean on it too, you know, like leaning forward on the bike. It feels like a real sports bike now, instead of like a sit up and beg style handlebars like on the Katana and that. And the handlebars that were on it before, they were lower than stock, but oh, this is so worth it. Oh man, this is unreal. So happy with it. Hey, old timer. Okay, just stand at the zebra crossing, that's alright. Absolutely love these handlebars, guys.
So there we go, guys, all done. Very, very happy with the result and the way that the bike feels now, that's for sure. It's so different. It's got that real cafe racer style feel to it, which was what I was really after. And because, you know, I've pretty much been on sort of like race replica type bikes pretty much all my life, other than the Bully and the Pro when I bought it. But due to injuries and all that sort of stuff, I couldn't really ride those sort of bikes for any sort of distance anymore. So, but you know, for running around town and all that sort of stuff with this Z125 Pro, the way that the handlebars are, the way that it feels, it's just absolutely bang on. I'm so happy with it. I'll flick the camera around, quick preview of it, and we'll close the video off. So there we go, guys, job done. Very, very happy with the end result. I'll wrap that video up here. If you enjoyed the video, can you give it a thumbs up for me? Much appreciated. And also consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the button down below and that'll get you subscribed for plenty more content coming up on RevMatch 1970. You guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Good on you.